Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm in charge of the Frogmore account.
Frogmore We are the Office Blokes.
Yep.
And I hear that the royal family are taking auditions for Prince Harry's replacement. So just throw my name in the hat.
Why? Because you're the twat.
No, just ginger.
Oh, okay.
We all look the same, don't we?
I wonder what the connection was, and that's the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
Ginger, forgot about that.
I wouldn't let you down. I wouldn't run away.
Exactly.
Like a bitch. Anyway, so what every country... Oh, no, we've got more to do, haven't we? Patreon page.
Yeah. Unlike the royal family, we have got a Patreon account. Go to patreon.com and put in Office Blokes React. If you fancy supporting the channel like loads of people have done already. Thanks very much, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Go down there and have a look at that.
I'm sure Prince Harry and Meghan have probably got a Patreon account. They're the sort of people that have one. And an OnlyFans. Probably got them all.
Harry would do all right out of an OnlyFans, I reckon. I think there's a lot of people who pay a lot of money for some tough sausage pictures. Anyway, we're digressing. So a couple of other channels that you absolutely need to go and look at.
Yeah, we've got Office Blokes Try, where we try different things. And we've got Office Blokes Podcast, where we do topical podcasts every Friday, 6 p.m. British Standard Time. Yeah. And we also do one on a Tuesday called the Monday Morning Moan, which is just Mike and myself. Yep. So if you want to spend time with Dave, he's not on that time. So it's just me and Mike talking about English Premier League football.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, nice one. And, you know, the podcast, we just chat shit like we did for the past few minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just nonsense.
Exactly the same.
I hope you didn't get any clips of me on that. Yeah, but that's switched off when I did the...
Yeah. I'll save that in the bank for when it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
I always knew there was something wrong with it. Anyway, what every country in Europe is worst at, part one. Are we going to take any guesses before we get into it?
Oh, ours will be cooking, no doubt.
I don't know, we got some top chefs in our country.
I think that's the preconception, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I reckon. They always say it's terrible food.
Well, people say it's because we do other people's food well. So you can get a nice Italian food or blah, blah, blah. We've only got pub grub. I'm
not sure which route this is going to go down, though, what every country in Europe is worst at. Because you know France is worst at fighting wars. All right, I'm kidding.
The Italians are worse, though.
Yeah.
So, you know. I don't know. Let's get into it anyway before we upset everyone.
4. Every country in the world is best and worst at something, but in this video, we're going to focus exclusively on what every European country is worst at in Europe specifically. A quick disclaimer before I begin though, I wasn't able to find anything that either Austria or Slovenia was the absolute worst at. So if you live in either of those countries, I'm sorry to disappoint you with the bad news. Anyway, let's move on to part 1 of this list with all the European countries between A and K, which begins with...
We're not in it.
Yeah, we're not going to find out what we are. But we'll do part 2 at some point.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Some of the juicier countries are in part 2.
I think so.
Albania, which is the country most likely to experience a natural disaster in Europe. Albania also has the lowest amount of doctors per capita in Europe. It's literally the only country in Europe to have never received a McDonald's, and it's the country that contributes the least to science in Europe, only publishing 1 scientific paper per 15,000 people in the country. Andorra is the largest country in the world that doesn't have an airport, and it also has the world's worst smoking problem. The average Andorran smokes 6,398 cigarettes a year, which is more than 17 every single day. Maybe it's for the best that they don't have an airport after all, because every smoke detector in a mile radius would be getting tampered with. Armenia has
17 a day, and think there's probably loads of...
That's everybody.
Yeah, so there's probably loads of non-smokers in the country, so the smokers are probably like 40, 50, 60 a day. Great.
Wow. Some people in our office are on that number.
That's true.
I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I've been to Andorra.
Yeah. Have you skiing?
Yeah, snowboarding.
It's a big ski area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite flat though, to be fair. So,
really?
you know, it's not...
Brilliant.
That'd be shit then for skiing, wouldn't it?
You can ski on flat, but snowboarding, because you don't have poles, no chance.
That'd be in Poland.
But anyway.
the least powerful passport found anywhere in Europe, with only 20 countries in the world giving them visa-free travel. And they're also ranked as the most militarized society in Europe. I couldn't find anything for Austria, so great going there, guys. If you know something Austrians are the worst at, then please leave a comment. Next up is...
Been to Austria as well. Went to Kitzbühel, which is the hometown of Schwarzenegger, I think. I'm sure.
Is it
pretty
really?
sure that's where he was born.
Is that where he's
You know
from, is it?
Armenia? Remember the guy who was asking me before, where's he from?
Yeah.
He's from Armenia.
There you go.
I said Azerbaijan, didn't I? But I meant Armenia.
Azerbaijan, which has Europe's highest infant mortality rate, at over 2% of children dying before the age of 5. They also have Europe's lowest rate of vehicle ownership at only 145 cars per 1,000 people in the country, and the lowest freedom of the press found anywhere on the continent. Belarus, as per usual, has a lot of problems. So here's the gist. They're the only country in Europe that maintains the death penalty, with 4 executions taking place last year, which means that by default, they have the highest execution rate in Europe. They have the highest proportion of people living in modern slavery anywhere in Europe and anywhere in the world outside of Asia or Africa at 11 slaves for every 1,000 people.
Wow.
Belarus is also the least democratic and the most authoritarian country in Europe, and has the lowest amount of renewable energy production in Europe at just 1.2% of their total production. That being said, it should come as no surprise that Belarus also has the highest consumption of pure alcohol anywhere in the world, with the average
That was one of our go-to places of before lockdown when we were looking at weekend breaks.
Yeah.
Minsk was one of our go-to things when we said, let's go to Minsk.
Oh, really?
I always thought Minsk was in Russia.
Belarus.
I didn't know that.
Capital.
Wow.
But that's surprised me, that.
Yeah.
Maybe it ain't the great place to go. I'm sure it is good. I'm sure we're all shit at something.
You can't believe stats.
No.
You know, look at the murder ones we did in America and some of the places you've been to, and they're really, you know, it's the video makes it sound like you're going to get shot if you go there, but it's not the case.
Some
Is
of
it?
these, when they classify Europe, and you've got like places like Azerbaijan and places like, I know it is a part of Europe, but it's so far out there.
Yeah,
You know, it's further east than some Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah.
and drinking 17.6 liters a year, which is more than 1 shot every day and nearly double the amount of alcohol that Americans consume. Belgium has argued
Standard.
One shot a day.
Not a day. Breakfast. We call that breakfast. Don't we?
Call it a sharpener.
Livener.
been hurt the hardest by the coronavirus pandemic out of any other country, because as of this video, they currently have the highest coronavirus death rate in the entire world, at 962 deaths per million in population.
Wow.
Bosnia and Herzegovina has the world's worst landmine contamination problem, with over 2.2% of their land being covered in active minefields.
Wow, that's
And
nuts.
they also have the worst air quality score in Europe. Bulgaria has the worst population decline in Europe and potentially the entire world. Since 1990, Bulgaria has lost 23% of her population, and the
Wow.
UN expects that she will lose another 23% by 2050. Bulgaria is the poorest country in the EU, and most of her population decline can be attributed to people moving to other, more prosperous EU member states. Croatia has the lowest volume of railroad passengers of any country measured in Europe, but to be fair, not every country in Europe got measured in this.
Just wondering if it has any rail. Purely based on the fact there's no railway there.
You thought that'd be a good thing anyway. Lowest volume of passengers. Bit more space for everyone.
I'm going to be.
You want it to be busy, don't you? Because then people are off the roads and they're using public transport.
Ah,
so
right,
less,
okay, yeah.
less pollution.
Yeah.
I'm going to be nice about Croatia because my kids are part Croatian, like an eighth. But Ginger always wins.
Ports. Cyprus has the slowest average internet speed of any European country at just 6.9 megabits per second, which is 3 times slower speeds than seen in Norway. Further, Cyprus is also the European country with the highest percentage of claimed land under occupation, 40%, which is occupied by both the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus and the United Nations. Czechia has the highest consumption of beer per capita in the world. Even
Where's Czechia?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. That's like what the Vikings would call it or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Czechia.
you had Czechoslovakia, didn't you? They split Czech
That's
Republic and Slovakia.
That's right, yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
more than Belarus. The average Czech drinks 149 liters of beer every year. According to a report by Internations, Denmark is the
149 litres of beer a year.
It's 2 litres a week. Isn't it? No. Well, 2 litres a week would be
3 a week, isn't it? Approximately.
Yeah, 3 a week. Yeah.
That's not a lot.
3 litres of beer. That's
What's that in pints?
A week?
Yeah,
It's
but
about
that's
6
if you
pints.
average that on
Yeah,
everybody.
about double. Double for pints, yeah.
Yeah, about 6 pints a week. Smashing it.
Hardest country in Europe to make friends in, especially for expats moving into the country. Estonia is home to Europe's largest gender pay gap, where men in the country earn wages that are 26% higher than women do on average. Estonia is also the least religious country in the entire world, with
Wow.
84% of the population saying that religion is not important to their lives. According to a report by the Oxford University Press back from 2009, Finland suffers from the highest rate of depression anywhere in Europe, with approximately 7%.
Right, one of them stats has to be wrong then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
Well, I think that's why he started it with according to
Yeah.
Oxford, because
Yeah.
now he's probably going to cite a different source for the second one.
Yeah.
But that's why you get so much metal coming from Finland, because it's angsty, miserable, depressed music, a lot of it.
So
So
they're
you go,
happy. But really, they're all happy.
No, they're not.
of the adult population. Ironically, Finland was also just rated as the world's happiest country by the World Happiness Report. France has the highest number of active land disputes with other countries. They currently have border disputes across the world with Madagascar, Comoros, Mauritius, Vanuatu, Italy, the Netherlands, and Suriname. They also have Europe's largest dependency ratio, meaning the largest percentage of the population that are either children or elderly, meaning that France has the largest strain on their social support system anywhere in Europe.
Wow.
Georgia is home to Europe's worst level of income inequality and has the largest number of breakaway states, 2, which are Abkhazia and South Ossetia. Germany is home to the worst homeless crisis in Europe. 79 out of 10,000 people in the country are homeless, or 650,000 people total, the highest numbers of homeless people seen anywhere on the continent.
I wonder how many of them are German nationals.
Not many, because it's going to be it's going to be sort of the illegal migrants or immigrants. I don't know what the way to say it is
Yeah.
now. Traveling through probably Germany, getting to France, and then trying to, a fair amount of them trying to come over here. I'm not saying all of them. I'm sure some of them settle in Germany and everywhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a lot, isn't it?
that's a
That's a
huge
lot.
number for
Huge,
such a
yeah.
developed economy as well.
Yeah.
Because it's Europe's biggest economy, isn't it?
I love Germany.
Is it, or is it us?
And Germany's probably bigger
I
than
think
us.
Germany, is it? Yeah, I think it might be, mightn't
Yeah.
it?
Can't remember.
Wow.
Though to be fair, 375,000, or over 57% of those people, are refugees from other countries.
There you go, yeah.
Unlike Andorra, Greece has the highest percentage of the population that regularly smokes cigarettes in Europe, and the third highest anywhere in the world. 42.4% of the Greek population over 15 regularly smokes cigarettes. Greece also has the worst debt crisis anywhere in Europe and the second worst anywhere in the world, with a debt to GDP ratio of 180%. Not only that, but Greece was also ranked as the least generous or charitable nation in Europe and the fourth least in the entire world by the World Giving Index. Hungary is
That might be an example of karma working there.
You think so?
The least charitable people and their economy's in the toilet.
The economy's in the toilet. It's a massive member of the EU. So it kind of like, when you take Britain out of the EU, kind of makes you think what's going to be next for the EU.
Well, Greece would have collapsed, wouldn't it, if it wasn't for the bailout?
So would Spain, so would Portugal, so would Italy.
I don't think this we were talking about this earlier today, weren't we? The EU sort of, every nation being the same, it's almost like a communist ideal a little bit. And I know you're getting some of the more developed ones bailing out the less developed ones, getting sour grapes over it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think there's turmoil to come in there.
Well, you see what Bulgaria was going through.
It's crackers,
Well,
isn't
exactly,
it?
yeah.
Bulgaria's in the EU.
I think we're going to get a lot of comments saying, why isn't Daz saying, I've been there.
I left that to you.
Yeah, I know, guy.
home to the highest sales tax seen anywhere in Europe, with a standard rate of 27% for most goods and services. Iceland has the highest consumption of cannabis products in Europe, with over 18% of the population who regularly participate, although you could argue this is what she is actually best at, not worst at. Iceland also gets the least amount of sunshine in Europe, with less than 1,200 hours a year. She is Europe's least densely populated country, and she has the least amount of land that's suitable for agriculture, at only 0.07%.
Wow.
The other island that starts with an I in Europe is Ireland. And Ireland not only has the highest rate of cancer in Europe, but she also has the highest rate of cystic fibrosis anywhere in the world. Italy has the lowest...
Not going to blow past that one. I wonder why that is.
No idea.
That's a crazy stat, isn't
That
it?
is. Yeah, that's a bit grim.
Can't blame 5G.
You wouldn't have thought so, would you really?
No,
Guinness.
no, because I drink a lot of
much
Guinness, and hopefully I'm all right.
college graduation rate on the continent, with only 17% of their population over 25 actually holding a degree. According to the Cultural Diversity Index, Italy is also the least culturally diverse country in Europe, tied with Portugal. And Italy also has Europe's lowest GDP growth rate, with only a 0.3% increase in 2019. Most people don't really think of Kazakhstan as being in Europe, but there is a tiny amount of territory in Europe right here. So it's still technically in Europe, and so I'm still including them in this video. Kazakhstan has the highest amount of underage smokers in Europe, with 4% of boys and 2% of girls participating. And according to the Best Countries Index, Kazakhstan has the least amount of cultural influence for any country with land in Europe. I guess Borat just wasn't enough for people. Sheesh. Meanwhile, Kosovo has Europe's highest and the world's fourth highest unemployment rate at 26%. And Kosovo isn't even a country anyway, depending on who you ask, because Kosovo has the least amount of recognition for any state in Europe. 50% of UN member states and 19% of EU member states do not recognize Kosovo as an independent nation. Most notably Russia, China, India, Brazil, Spain, Ukraine, Romania, and Greece. Now, if you'd like to stop being the worst...
Some crazy stats on there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
just a bit.
There was a few more that I've been to, but I didn't say.
But it makes you wonder with Europe, that, like we say, the way it's going to go with some of them stats you read there. Not necessarily Europe, but the EU. Don't want to get too political on this show.
No,
we don't talk politics.
We don't do politics.
But there's a lot of glaring issues that need addressing there.
Yeah, massively. I think a few of them are getting itchy feet, aren't they? Wanting to move on maybe from out of Europe and going it alone, I think.
If you're in a country that's got a 25% unemployment rate, was that for Kosovo?
Yeah.
And you're going to be looking at other countries around you going, what are they doing different? Why is no one helping us? Like, why is we're just forgotten about? It's going to breed contempt, and it's going to, what are we going to do? How do you do something different?
Yeah, but I'm not sure Kosovo's a member of the EU.
It's not a member of the EU.
No, I don't think it is, it?
Well, it's no wonder. It's easy to sit in like the UK or in America or somewhere and think that the world's good, and why do all these bad people keep doing bad things everywhere else? But when there's no chances whatsoever for hope for people and no jobs and nothing.
You have to look at the Bulgaria stats, don't you? With the decline in the population there, it's going to go down even by another 20% as well. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what Bulgaria has got a big. Oh no, I'm thinking of Romania. We didn't go that high, did we?
No.
I was going to say there's a lot of Range Rover Sports in Romania.
Stolen.
They get they get leased over here and straight in a shipping container and gone.
Really?
Quite a lot of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
car theft is big over here at the moment anyway, but that's another story. But anyway, hope you guys found that interesting and liked it.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
That's
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.